Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good, YouTube? Y'all know what it is, man. This your boy Tank be chopping, back with another haircut video. Check it out, man. What we gonna be doing is we gonna be doing a number 2 on the sides, low taper, line them up, make everything look good. You know what I'm saying? So as y'all seen, I went in, combed out my client's hair. Now I'm going in with a number 2 guard, and I'm debulking the sides, basically debulking everything that's not long hair, right? So we're taking all that down to a number 2 guard first. And we're gonna go over it a good amount of times, making sure that we get it down to that length, making sure we're combing the hair down, combing it away from the longer hair. That way it's easier to cut down. Once that is done, I'm gonna take my 1.5 guard. I do a little bit of debulking here also, and then I'm gonna go with the grain on the front lineup, just to knock it down a little bit, just so we can actually line it up here a little bit. Now you can line it up if you want it long, or you can actually come down shorter on the top. That's just the length that I do for my clients, and they like it, you know what I'm saying? But now we're taking our trimmer. I'm gonna take everything off. He's not gonna keep any facial hair, so I'm gonna go ahead and knock that off with my trimmer. This is the Andis M-Force GTX X. I don't know what it's called, but it's got the M-Force blade on it, right? But we're gonna go ahead and line them up, not line them up, but take that facial hair off, set in our initial bald guideline, and then go ahead and hit that C-cup. Now I like to put this C-cup in when I bought out my client when I'm doing a low taper, and the reason for that is it just helps keep me in place, keeps everything, you know, where I need it to be, right? So now that is done, I'm taking my shaver. We're gonna go ahead and get this all down to that shaver length. And FYI guys, if y'all want any discount on tools, you can go to fwbarbersupply.com. Use my discount code TANK10 on that website and save yourself some money. But nonetheless, man, getting back into this haircut, we hit that up with the shaver. Now we're taking the Andis NV2 clipper. I do have the original blade on it at this point. And going in with our clipper open, setting in another section about a finger's width. Then we're gonna adjust our lever closed little by little, trying to get rid of that bottom line. Once that is done, I'm gonna take my number 1 guard lever open, come up another section, and this is basically gonna blend into that 1.5 guard that we did earlier, but we're gonna close our lever once we do it with the clipper open, and we're gonna start trying to attack this bottom line, trying to erase that line. It's not gonna erase it completely, it's just gonna soften it. So I'm going with my half guard or my 0 guard, whatever you wanna call it, open, and then we're gonna adjust that lever closed by just attacking that line, adjusting our lever closed little by little until that part of the section is blended out. And then we'll go in and do a little bit of detail work, you know, make sure that it's all nice and polished, all these dark spots are nice and buffed out. But you know, I like to do a lot of my detail work after I line up my client. But nonetheless, that's what we're doing here, a little bit of detail work just to clean that up. Then we're gonna go on with our clipper open once again, just cleaning it up, polishing up the blend, buffing it out a little bit, adjusting the lever as needed. Now I'm taking my trimmers and I'm gonna line them up. You know what I'm saying? I'm going over the C-cup one more time, and then we're gonna start off lining up the front of my client's hairline. As you can see, I started off in the middle of my client's head, set in my initial guideline, and now I'm working my way over to that vertical bar. Slowly but surely, you know what I'm saying? I've told y'all this before, edge ups are not my strong point, so I have to take my time when doing lineups, man, because I'm not the best at doing them. I gotta take a step back and look at them again, but that's something that I've learned to do because I know I'm not the best at it. So if it's something that I'm not really good at, I'm gonna take my time, you know, take more time doing it. That way I get it looking as clean as I can, right? So that's the reason why my edge ups take a long time. I know a lot of people tell me I tap too much on the edge up, but that's just because I don't want to take a lot of hair off. You know, I'd rather take off a little bit of hair at a time and then keep taking a step back and looking at how the haircut looks. But now we're gonna go ahead and line him up behind the ear and over the ear. Since we got the trimmers in the hand, go ahead and do that. Knock this part of the haircut out. And once that is done, I'm gonna go back in detail. I believe this is my 1.5 guard. As you can see, I'm just gonna adjust my lever as needed, do some little cleanup work, and then we're gonna move on to the opposite side, which we're doing the same exact thing. Here is my number 2 guard, getting the size down to that length. Then we're gonna go ahead and get our trimmer, take all this facial hair off, and then set in our initial bald guideline for this side of the taper. And remember guys, if you saw on the other side, if you were paying attention, you see me do that bald guideline in a half circle type shape. And that's because I want to keep the taper, you know, kind of like a bursty type taper, but I want to keep the line up nice and dark. So that's why I did it like that. But as y'all can see here, I'm taking that trimmer, lining them up behind the ear and over the ear. Once again, you don't have to do this now. I'm just doing it because I have the trimmers in my hand, and it makes me work a little more efficiently. Like I don't have to go back in and worry about lining up that back lineup. Now I can go back in later just to touch it up if I need to, but I don't, you don't absolutely have to. But now that that bald guideline is there, we're gonna move on to lining up the C cup. You know what I'm saying? Once again, just because I got the trimmers in my hand, you gotta learn how to move a little more efficiently. Sometimes when you're in the shop and you got people, coming in, you got a book schedule, you got a couple people back to back. You gotta learn how to move a little quicker. That way you don't waste too much time on one haircut and start going over your appointment times. Now clients gonna get upset. So you gotta watch out for that, man. Make sure that you're moving efficiently and effectively when you're cutting your client's hair. But once again, man, now we're going in with the shaver, getting everything down to that shaver length. Then we're gonna go in and start blending. First, I'm gonna take the sides down with a number 1.5 guard just to debulk a little more and to clean it up and to know that I only have to fade into a 1.5 instead of thinking about blending into a number 2. Here is my clipper open, setting in my next section, and then we're gonna adjust our lever closed little by little, working our way down to complete this section. Now here's my 1 guard lever open, blending into that 1.5. And as you can see, I'm not taking this 1 guard too high because once again, we are doing a low taper fade. He likes that low taper fade on the side. So we don't want to take it too high. We want to keep the lines nice and sharp. So we just do what we got to do to blend that in. Then we're moving on to the half guard, all the way open, halfway open, then all the way closed. And then here is our clipper no guard. Once again, just doing some detail work, buffing out the discrepancies, polishing up this blend as much as we can. And then I'm gonna take my 1.5 guard with the grain on the front lineup on this side. And then we're gonna go ahead and start to line up this side of the haircut as well. And I know y'all seen me using a different trimmer here. No reason in particular, I just wanted to use a different trimmer just because I think the other one, I don't know, I just grabbed this one because it was close to me on my station. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even know why I grabbed this one, but it don't matter, they both hit, right? Once again, if you want any discount on these tools, fwbarbersupply.com, discount code TANK10. Get yourself some new tools at a discounted rate, you know what I'm saying? Don't pay full price, discount code TANK10 at fwbarbersupply.com. But as you can see, now that that lineup is there, we're gonna move on to the vertical bar, and then we're gonna go ahead and start to do some detail work on this blend. Once that is done, we're gonna finish off this blend with the razor. We are not gonna add any enhancements. We're gonna keep it nice and natural. You know what I'm saying? Your boy been doing a lot more natural cuts just because my clients, some of them don't really like the enhancements. So you gotta do what the clients want, man. Don't do what you want, do what the clients want. But we're taking that razor blade, getting everything down, making sure these lines are nice and sharp, making sure that we're stretching the skin. You want to stretch the skin away from the blade. That way, it's easier for you to shave that. Then we're gonna do the same thing to the opposite side. Hit that C cup. Just make sure everything looks on point with that razor blade, man. This really brings the blend together, really brings the haircut together and makes those lines look a little more sharper, and it helps preserve the haircut for a little longer also. Now we're going over the front lineup, and same thing, man. As you can see, I'm pulling the skin away from the way that I'm gliding that blade. All right, man, but check it out. This is the finished product. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this haircut in the comment section. If y'all like this video, please make sure to smash that like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure and subscribe one time for your boy. Remember, guys, if you're in the Houston, Texas area and want a haircut from your boy, you can go to my website, tankbechopping.com. You can book there. Also, if you want any discount on tools, once again, you can go to fwbarbersupply.com. Use my discount code TANK10 on that website. But once again, man, y'all let me know what y'all think about this cut down in the comment section. YouTube, I greatly appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time, let's go. Yeah.